This is episode number 11 of the BlueCollarBaddies podcast. Today's episode isn't technically sponsored, but we wanted to give a huge shout out to the Future Women of Welding competition in Kentucky.
My name is Constance Belger. I am from California. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but my trade, I'm in construction. It's a non-union trade, but yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Zoe McCann. I originally grew up and raised in Virginia. Then I moved to California. Then I moved to Tennessee and worked and lived in Tennessee for a while. Then went back to California and am a diesel mechanic currently. And I've been at my current position for about a year now.
Dang. All right, so how did you get involved in construction?
Me? So actually, I worked as a welder. I was a welder at Hogan's. And I did not like it.
Really?
Only because it was like an assembly line. Like, it felt like an assembly line, and I didn't like making the same parts.
Yeah.
Like, every day. Like, I like to be out in the field.
Right.
And so I quit that job, and my boyfriend's like, hey, we need another guy on the job. And I'm like, I'll do it, I guess. Yeah. And my dad's been in construction for, like, my whole life.
Yeah.
So I already knew a lot.
Nice. Just
by working with him on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it. Whatever. Yeah. So that's how I got in there, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you've been in how long? Did you already say that?
I've been in construction for about over half a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
so like maybe 6-8 months.
Yeah, but she's done like a bunch of cool stuff. She's a really good welder. She's like,
oh, thanks.
No, literally, so she did go to school with me for a little bit, and she was like, she knows cars. She knows how to, like, everything. She knows.
I worked at a mechanic shop for 2 years as an apprentice, for like older vehicles.
Yeah.
So like, awesome. Yeah, me and my coworker Kirk, we just build. He taught me so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, she just like rebuilds stuff in her shop, like casually, like
I have so many
casually rebuilding an engine in her freaking shop.
That's usually how shops go.
Yeah, like dude, I walked in there and I was like, oh my god, you're such a badass. Like,
oh, thanks.
Yeah, because when did we meet? Like,
we met at a truck pull.
Yeah,
because I like to go to the truck pulls too.
I can't remember if it was this last summer or the summer before that. I think it was this last summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's on the Turlock
fair or whatever. I don't know.
Something. Oh, no, I just heard there was a truck pull, and I'm like, I'm going.
Cool. But yeah, so we met there, and ever since then we've been like freaking attached.
We've been best friends.
Yeah, we've been best friends since then.
Yeah. Really cool. I have a couple other like girlfriends too, but like I don't really have much. Yeah. I have the boys.
Right.
We got our boys, but you know,
there's enough of them everywhere. So
they're always at my house like every day.
Yeah.
And me and my boyfriend have an insane problem with buying vehicles. Mm-hmm. You've seen the yard.
Yeah. It's full of like just
old
stuff.
That's awesome.
Everything. That's why when we were passing through here and we were looking at all the old cars and equipment, she's like, oh my god,
there's so many excavators.
Oh my god, there's so many excavators. I was
like, there's so many mini excavators here too, and I'm like,
aren't they so cute?
Yeah,
they're so cute.
Bad.
I know.
They're just as expensive as the big ones.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's like, yeah, we can do. There's lots of work here to do. There's lots of dirt to move. So
I gotta convince my boyfriend.
But anyways, yeah.
And then how did you get into yours?
Oh, yeah. So originally I was in school to be a vet, like a large animal vet.
Nice.
And I kind of was going through that process, like pretty intense. If you know anything about going to any type of med school, it is even undergrad is pretty, they're trying to prepare you to go to grad school. And then the whole process is more than 10 years typically. So, it was just a lot. And when I was working out in Tennessee on the farm, I realized that I loved the ag equipment side of things.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know more, like, about how to work on them. Fellow gentleman that was been working on that farm for several years. He has his own bush hogging business.
Nice.
And I've learned so much from him.
Yeah.
And from him working on his tractor. It's a John Deere, I'm sorry, don't kill me, but it was a John Deere, and that was kind of what opened the gates for me in terms of like working on stuff like that. I was just so interested in how it works and what makes it not work. So I just was very interested in learning more about that. So
It tweaks the brain.
yeah. So then I went back to California and decided to enroll into my community college there. And I was originally in the automotive program and the regular business program. Mm-hmm. And I realized, I was like, automotive is not really what I want to do. I kind of want to focus more on the heavy equipment, ag equipment side of things. So I switched over to that side, and it was just like the perfect fit. Nice. So I started doing that, and then I switched from regular business to ag business. And then I'm graduating this spring with my 2 certificates in heavy equipment repair, and then my associate's degree in ag business.
Dang.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
You've done a lot.
And then I got my CDO.
Yeah.
I got that too.
Schools, I do not like school.
Yeah, she lasted a semester with me.
Not even a semester.
Not even a semester. I literally was like, please come to school.
And that's when we were working a lot.
Yeah.
And long day. I was falling asleep in class.
Yeah.
It was.
It's rough.
I won't sugarcoat it. Like going to school and working full time, being in school full time and working full time, and then having projects at work that need to get done, and certain stuff needs to get done before a deadline, and it's a little intense sometimes. So there's that. Yeah.
Having to wake up
up really early and stuff. I mean, she wakes up earlier than I do, but still, I think 7 a.m. is still early. So, anyways,
some days we'll be pouring concrete at 4:30, 5. We gotta be there at the job site then, and I'm with my Red Bull. Oh my gosh, it's so tiring.
Well, that's insulation in the summer. We try to get it knocked out before the heat kicks in. So we're up there 4:30 and hopefully getting done by 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we were doing when we were building shops too. You have to be there before the sun comes up.
Before the sun comes
or
up.
you're just gonna cook.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it gets really hot in California.
Yeah.
It gets really hot, so they're up
sun
comes up. They're up before the sun comes up, and it's just that's the reality of it.
Part of blue collar life.
Yeah, just waking up early and going to bed late.
If you're lucky, you get to leave work early.
Yeah.
If there's not anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely like those days.
Yeah.
When I could just kick back at
but that's the other thing about the hours and 2 is it's a great way to get overtime. I know they tax the hell out of it, but you know what I mean. So it does add up. It does help.
For sure.
So.
So did you guys explore any other options before you just went straight into the?
Well, when I was a sophomore, I got my first job, and that was at the mechanic shop.
Oh,
so I just wanted some money because, I don't know, me and my vehicles,
I got you. I got a first gen sitting in the garage of that house that y'all were going to stay in.
I love the first gen.
I just don't ever have time to work on it.
Yeah, we just got a problem. I like to spend a lot of money, so I'm
That's the other thing. I know if I work on it, I'm just going to spend more and more. It's never gonna stop.
Yeah, that's why me and my boyfriend get each other parts for Christmas instead. So, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
You want to tell them about how you were doing the mechanic, saying you just didn't like it, and how you knew it wasn't for you and stuff?
Oh, so at the shop, I mean, I did like working on older vehicles. It's definitely I still do that.
Yeah.
But it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I did not want to be a mechanic because I knew all the guys at the shop are they look miserable.
Yeah.
So I'm you alright? And they're does it look like I'm okay? No.
I will say that the automotive side of the, I won't sugarcoat it, the automotive side is just, they treat them horrible. I don't know, they're just, the flat rate is, the shops that use flat rate, it's just not fair to the new guys. I feel like who are still learning, and you got to buy your own tools. You got to like supply your own stuff. There's a lot of, I know with automotive, each brand is so different, and you got to know with the increased amount of like electrical that's going into these cars.
Yeah,
it is
annoying.
Insanely getting more complicated, and you got to know so many different systems now, and there's subscriptions to get into the car to read the like fault codes.
That's crazy.
So like there's so much that goes into like wrenching, and it's not just wrenching, it's using your brain, it's figuring out what's, what's causing things to go wrong, and even, I don't know, just automotive is just, and I'm not saying that's not the same, some of it's not the same in the heavy equipment industry, but
it's definitely more complex.
Yeah, definitely more complicated. Automotive's just...
And I was lucky enough to have, like, my coworkers actually show me how to do it instead of just, like, like, whatever. But they actually taught me a lot of stuff, and I use it like all the time. Right. I got so many projects and still learning stuff.
All that is you can use it down the road. Like you're not just gonna.
That's what I like about the trades.
Same.
Because then you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I just thought about this, but I figured that not everyone knows what flat rate means, and I thought I'd explain that. Flat rate means like you only get paid for the amount of hours that the job should get done. Oh. So if it means that, let's say you got like an AC job or something, you got to replace a compressor. It tells you it takes an hour or 2 hours. They only pay you for 2 hours.
Dang.
They do not pay you. If it takes longer than that, they will only compensate you for the 2 hours that it should have taken you.
That's with only some shops, though.
And only some shops do it, but it's still, I know my shop, they have something called SRT times, which is similar to that. So they'll give you like a quote like on how many hours the job should take, and then that affects your efficiency score on how fast you get the job done. But as we know, things go wrong all the time. Like you're one broken bolt away from adding another couple of hours to your situation, or trying to get something loose that's rusted, or there's just a lot of other elements that contribute to repair times other than like the book says it should only take an hour and a half for you to do this, and you end up running into a lot of other issues. So I just thought I'd explain that in case I know that's like
some shops do that, but some shops don't.
You just gotta know where you're at and where you're going to, and because I know some girls want to go into automotive, so I don't want to discourage that, but I'm just saying ask about it, because if you don't know about it, you don't know to ask about it. So
it definitely like helps with like just in general, like just just learning about your car specifically helps a lot. And like on my first or second week, my boss put me on a engine swap, and I'm like,
how do I do this?
Dude, I do not know what I'm doing.
That's
and wild. He was like, all right, well, this is it. And then I had some of my coworkers, like, they said, I'm not going to touch it. You're going to do it, but I'm going to tell you, like, what to do. What not to break. Or try not to break.
Right.
But, I was lucky enough for them to actually, like, give me that opportunity to do that, even though I had no idea what I was doing. But
and I feel like you learn better probably, because I feel like some guys just want to jump in and do it for you. Because whatever, but... explaining and letting you hands-on do it
is the best.
It's the best way to learn. That's the best way to learn. And I've had my experiences with being, I feel like, babied, you know what I mean? Like my coworker compared to me, his first job was injectors. And then I was doing checkovers for like months, and I was like, hey, can I do an actual job? Like, can I actually... And so I started actually getting like more work and stuff, but you got to speak up. You got to tell them, hey, like, if you're in a situation where they're not letting you do anything, you're obviously not learning as much as you need to be learning to move up in the trade and like achieve journeyman status, I guess. A lot of other trades use that. You're going to have to speak up. Speak up.
Yeah.
So. You're good. Hey, we have the same ring.
Dang! Yours is way cooler. I bought mine on Shein.
Yeah.
My boyfriend made me this.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I had one too, and I think it was the Shein ring, but it broke. It literally broke within like the
Damn
first 2 hours I was wearing it. I was like,
That sucks.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is an
That
actual
one's
wrench.
solid. That one's solid.
This one ain't breaking
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been your biggest struggle, like working with men and being in a non-traditional?
I'm tiny and shit's heavy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I hate asking for help.
Right.
Cause then I'm like, I can't do this by myself. What? Cause I don't want to like look like super weak.
Look weak
Yeah.
and
Just because I'm a girl.
useless. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like 5'3",
Yeah.
125 pounds. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not gonna be able to lift some things. I'm
Right.
gonna have to ask someone help. And my job is like very physically demanding.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's really the only problem I've ran into
Nice. That's good.
so
Yeah.
far.
yeah, I mean, there's other issues too that I've run into, but I would say the biggest one is the physical limitations, like you said. Like trying to break something loose. I told her, I was like, literally one day I was trying to break this line loose and the customer was standing right there, and I was out in the field with like one of the guys that's been doing this for like 20 years, and I'm just trying to break this line loose and it's just not coming loose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can't do it, like, you know what I mean? And then he'll come over and do it, and like, you know what
You're
I mean?
like,
And you're just like, and you just feel so useless. You're like, oh my gosh. But I promise you, if there's a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
And that, like I was telling her, I was like, if a guy, like the guys show you how to do something, you're going to have to think in the back of your mind, okay, that's what works for him.
Yeah.
That's what works for them. But you got to come up with your own way of doing it.
For sure.
Like, I know you were talking about like this using the sledgehammer. Like you got to
Yeah.
use both hands for that. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the guys,
It's
they will
heavy.
just use one hand and like, be fine.
Mhm.
But, we got to
For
come
me,
up with
I'm
our
tiny.
own like little
Yeah.
like tricks and stuff. And,
Right.
and that's hard because there's no other women on site to show you that. Like, oh, well, obviously,
Yeah.
this is way easier than doing it this way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, my coworkers are actually like, thank God, they're there to help me. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
my coworkers are like, yo, this is a team.
That's awesome.
We gotta get shit done.
Yeah.
So
And that's
they're trying to
definitely a
tell me how to
blessing.
do it the fastest,
Yeah,
easiest,
easiest way.
and most efficient way. And swinging a sledge is. They're like, here's a 8-pound sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I need you to like do 60 stakes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
but yeah,
I would-
definitely a muscle memory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh man, this just
Yeah. Your
sucks.
shoulders
Yeah.
are probably
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah, hella sore, but
You learn
now that I
tricks,
do it,
You
yeah,
learn,
now that I
you
do
learn
it,
like how to do
Right.
stuff to make it like easier on
Yeah.
yourself. And
yeah, definitely. So it's a lot easier now, and I think I built a little bit of muscle memory for it
Yeah,
to
for sure.
go smoother.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't going smooth at first.
yeah, definitely the heavy ass pneumatic guns, like the 1/2-inch guns.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how, like I will go out with like one of the field guys and he will literally just hold that thing like backwards like this. Like the bolt is this way and he's got to reach under, hold the gun and like do this. And I'm like, that's not going to work for me. Like it's not happening. So you just got to find your own like little tricks and whatnot and just figure it out because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, everything you can, like, it might take you a minute to figure it out, but it is going to get figured out.
Yeah.
So
Gotta have some creativity and motivation.
creativity is definitely
Definitely.
involved. Creativity is definitely involved.
Had my fair share of creativity.
Yes,
in the field.
yes. Yeah, so you just
Gotta
find
make it
your own
work.
way of doing things. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So have you had any like negativity from other women on job sites or even from the men really?
Yes.
I'd
There's
say
definitely
more so off the job site.
Really?
more so off, but like there's men like in my, because when we go work at like different
Okay.
jobs, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's always like people there.
Right.
And the other guys are working where they're supposed to work, but they're over here staring at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Like other trades.
yeah, like other trades, like
Not the electricians, dude.
No, but they're
Not
just
the
like
same.
staring at me like, and I get dirty looks sometimes, and then I don't know. It's just weird.
It's a gamble.
It's weird,
Yeah.
but the women, they either think I'm trying to get with their man,
Right.
which I really don't. I do not want your man.
Yeah.
Okay? No. Or they just think I'm just trying to do it for just
Attention.
the boys, like
Yeah.
the attention, the boys, and I'm like,
Or that
oh,
you're just trying
I'm
to
here
be
to make
like
some
a-
money.
Yeah.
You're trying to be like, I don't know, I hate using this word, but you're trying to be like a pick me or like
yeah.
like I'm different or whatever.
I got
It's like-
expensive hobbies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I have
Makes a lot.
ADHD. I can't sit
Yeah.
still like for
yeah,
a long period of time.
That's the one
And,
thing
like-
I was like, I cannot do an office job. I
Yeah.
can't. I'm constantly like fidgeting. I constantly need to be doing something. I hate what's the word? Like hurrying up and waiting. I hate that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate
Yeah.
that. I need to be doing something constantly, either with my hands or I need to be like solving a problem in my brain.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing one of those two things, I am bored out of my mind and time is moving slower than a freaking snail.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. So
That's
Driven.
that's what I like about our jobs is the days go by pretty
yeah,
fast, even
it's
though you're
fast,
working.
it's constantly stimulating.
Yeah, even though you're working like long hours,
Yeah.
it goes by fast because you're always doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and the time out in the field, if you're out in the field or job site or whatever, I think it goes by way faster than if you're in the shop.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the shop, I just feel like it drags sometimes. So that's my
We're mainly in the field unless we're doing we're servicing equipment or like welding and fabricating.
Yeah.
yeah.
Other than that,
Nice.
yeah.
Any embarrassing job site stories you want to share?
To be honest, I haven't had
Oh, really?
an embarrassing job site story like
Nice.
from them because all my coworkers are really supportive and
Yeah.
they want me to be good and they
Nice.
want me to
That's cool.
you know thrive,
Yeah.
which is really weird because a lot of guys they won't teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't just because you're a girl. They think
They're
you
like-
can't do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and also like
But-
I see this not even with just us, like the gatekeeping of the
Mm-hmm.
information. It's like because they think that we're gonna come and take their job or whatever, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're gonna retire soon, buddy. So like you need to teach me how to do what you do because like then we're gonna be short on experienced labor
And
and
there's
skilled
not
labor,
enough,
and there's
yeah.
not enough
Yeah.
for the demand that's coming. It's
We're the
coming.
future.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly. So like
I mean, y'all are. I'm getting kind of up there.
no, we're definitely gonna need to be filling in some spots here, and I bet you they're gonna
Yeah.
start asking for more. You know, they're gonna be less picky. I
Yeah.
think
Makes sense.
that's my
For
prediction.
sure.
So that's
I
my
think so,
prediction
too.
on things. But yeah, I got some stories. I got some stories. I would say like a shop story is just like walking in on the guys when they're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like I'll just like quickly shut the door, so that's kind of embarrassing, but because it took them a while to get used to, especially when I first started, there wasn't a girls' bathroom. I mean, there was one for the one office lady
Yeah.
up in the front, and so I would have to walk all the way
Right.
over there, and it would take so much time, and they're always about efficiency, right? So like, why is it's not efficient for me to walk all the way over there? So anyways, they changed the main shop bathroom to like a multi-gender bathroom.
Yeah.
So I could use it, but obviously I don't want to be in there when the guys are in there, so I just gotta like do one of these numbers.
Yeah.
and it's awkward sometimes.
I
It's
bet.
awkward. And the field, the customers, bro. The customers, like I don't know, just like when they're watching, I can never do anything right.
I feel
could
that way
never do
too.
anything right.
Because it's like somebody's like
Yeah.
they're just watching you
yeah.
and they're like, don't you mess up.
Don't you mess up, or like when you're backing up a trailer and someone's
Oh,
watching
gosh,
you,
that's
all
the
of a sudden
worst.
you don't know how to back up a trailer anymore. But when you're by yourself, you're like, yeah, I just backed up that trailer, and it's like I don't know, my mind just I get nervous when like someone's watching me. Like I remember I was trying to move this tractor out of this shop, and I'm like, I've driven this type of tractor a million times at this point. It's a CVT transmission, which means like it's less complicated to drive, I guess is the simplest way to put it. And it wouldn't move. And the customer was standing right there watching me, and it didn't even come across my brain. It's cold.
Oh.
Let it warm up. I just was trying to like move it right away, but you gotta like let it run a little bit to warm it up just a tad and get the fluids going through it.
Yeah,
so anyways,
definitely.
he was like, "Did you forget how to drive a tractor?" I'm like, no, I didn't forget. I swear, I'm sorry. Like, it's moved now. That's one. And then obviously the trying to break lines loose in front of the customer.
Yeah.
Not a good time.
It is a little embarrassing.
Yeah. Or when they like, be like, "Oh, well, I feel wrong like watching you work. Like, I feel like this is wrong, like to watch you do stuff. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be doing this." I'm like, well, what should I say to that? I'm here and I'm gonna work, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really get embarrassed. So I just...
Well, you're lucky because I've had stories.
I mean, there's
Oh,
definitely
man.
some nerve-wracking, like...
Experiences. And
Like, I'm more, like, nervous than embarrassed. I'm like...
Yeah. Makes sense.
I hope I don't mess this up, or
Yeah.
you know. Oh yeah, we had it was me and my I don't know how to call him. What's it called? We don't really call him journeyman, but I was out with one of the field guys, and he's the one who's been doing this for a long time, and I'm just so grateful that I'm finally going out to the field because it took a lot of pushing to get where I'm at now, like get out of the shop and actually like do stuff. And I feel like I've learned so much more out there. But anyway, we had replaced a priority valve on a Steiger, if you know what that means. It's just like a steering valve basically, because the steering had went out, and we had replaced the whole valve, and for a minute there, it didn't want to turn. So, but it just had some air in the system. But from that time, where the customer was watching me and him, like it is definitely nerve wracking. I mean, it ended up working out, like they ended up steering, but just that moment of time where we did not know if it was going to work or not, or if, oh shoot, did I connect the lines wrong? Did I like forget to do something? It was just. Yeah. There's moments like that all the time, but I don't want to like scare people, but like it's, you just got to pay attention.
For
you
sure.
got to pay attention to what you're doing. So
Yeah. I'd say like don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask.
I have messed up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask for help and I was being stubborn and I'm like,
yeah,
I can do this,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I needed some advice at least.
So I heard, shout out to Mr. Conrado because he told me this. He said this is a good line of reasoning for asking. He's my shop teacher, by the way. This is a good line of reasoning for asking a question. If you could potentially mess something up like really bad if you don't have this information or if you didn't ask this question, then you should go ask the question.
Yeah.
But if you won't mess something up, if it, try it. Try it and don't ask, because sometimes like if you ask too many questions, then that's bad too, because you don't want to be constantly asking, the older guys like, hey, like how does this work? Blah, blah, blah. How does this?
Well, if you don't know anything, yeah, anybody's gonna be like that because you gotta start somewhere, and you gotta ask the questions because if you don't ask the questions, you're not gonna know.
Watch what they're doing too. So like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Ask the question, but also watch, and because sometimes in my experience, the guys can get pretty irritated if you're constantly asking them stuff.
Yeah.
So just, context clues, watch what they're doing. If you could potentially mess something up, then obviously ask the question.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good line of reasoning for
it is.
asking
Sometimes
a question.
I just assume that I know what I'm doing, and then I have to go to Joey and be like, don't be mad.
Don't be mad. I just stripped the hell out of this bolt right here, and I don't know how to get it out. Or I broke this tap inside an engine block. I don't know what to do.
Broke a head stud. My boyfriend's like,
I don't. Yeah. Horrible.
Gonna have to bring out the Healy coils.
when you go and tell your coworker or your foreman, and you're like, guess what I just broke?
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of those happen too.
But, I mean, girl or boy, if you're new at the job, you're probably going to break
regardless.
shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's
regardless.
Gonna happen.
So
I still break shit.
Yeah.
Like
we still all make mistakes. Obviously, mistakes are made, but the biggest thing is that we learn from the mistake and we don't repeat the mistake.
Yeah.
I try not to repeat the mistake, but sometimes it just flies over.
It happens,
yeah. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, if you were to start from the beginning and explore a totally different trade, what do you think it would have been? Like something you've never done before, but you want to.
I don't know. I don't know. I would just sign my life away to the pipeline. I mean, I was a welder, but
Yeah.
She's a really good welder.
I don't know.
She's a really good welder.
I wasn't really interested in like any other trades,
Okay.
but that's just because I grew up in like a blue collar family.
Right.
So it's basically what we did.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I were in desperate times and in need of money,
Yeah.
something like that.
I kind of have multiple answers to this question. So like if it was just confined to the trades, I would probably choose electrician. Just because I do like the electricity side of things in my job. I don't know how to explain it. Like electrical side of things, like in machines and stuff. Like that's like reading schematics that like I'm kind of nerd out over that. Like I do like doing that. So
I am scared of electrical.
I
will not.
Oh my gosh, we took
electrical.
an electrical class together, and I was trying to explain to her. Like we had one of those like circuit boards, like that teaches you the basics of like a series, parallel, reading resistance, amps, and volts and stuff. And she's like, I know how to work on it on a car, but I don't understand the circuit board.
Yeah.
I don't learn like that.
Yeah.
I can't learn like on a little circuit board.
Yeah.
Like that is not going to help me. I will literally just shut that down. Because I know damn well it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But I was getting so frustrated.
I bet.
I will not be good in the electrical side of the trades.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we got like two different sides of things because she, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like she's more mechanically inclined than I am, obviously, but it's
With,
kind of
like,
funny because I'm a
automotive.
mechanic for like automotive, but like she just has a different way of thinking of things, and I'm just like so blessed that she's my friend because like I literally see things like differently when she explains things to me, and then like I'll explain things to her and she'll like be like, oh. Yeah, she's like,
why were they saying it so bad before?
Yeah, she's definitely like been such a blessing. So
That's awesome. Y'all could go
You've
into
been a
business.
blessing.
Y'all could go into business together and just conquer everything.
Yeah, exactly. Welding, we'll fix
I'll
your
move dirt.
automotive or diesel pickup or heavy equipment. Yeah, a lot of skills. But
Definitely.
definitely do that. But yeah, I just think it's cool, like, cause I just came from like this idea that I was gonna go to medical school, and I was taking all these AP classes in high school, and I was just my family, the pressure. I feel like no one really talks about family pressure. For like certain careers and stuff. My mom's like doctor, lawyer, real estate agent. What else? Just like those top careers that make a lot of money. She's like, that's what you should look into. And like I kind of made a deal with her like on veterinarian because that's still technically a doctor.
Yeah.
I just feel like I let a lot of people down by choosing to do what I ended up doing, but. You know what? It's what makes
gotta
me
do
happy.
what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. It makes I make good money where I'm at, and yeah.
Well, and I feel like things are changing in that area. Like used to, you had to go to college to amount to anything.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think we're coming around.
I'm just grateful enough to have like parents that actually support what I'm doing.
Yeah.
My mom's like, hey, can you come to this?
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah. My mom's definitely way more supportive now.
Yeah.
Than she was originally. Just because I feel like she didn't really understand, and then also like you said, the times are changing. Mm-hmm. What our parents told us to do, or their parents told us to do, go to college, get a degree, find a job, work for how many years, like 50 years or whatever, retire.
No,
it's not like that anymore. It's
I'm
not
not
like
doing
that
that.
anymore. It's not. That's not. It doesn't work anymore.
I just can't do school.
Yeah, same.
I am so bad at school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I passed high school with like decent grades, but then after that, I'm like, I just rather work.
I gotta do this again. I just did this. Like, I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, but yeah, like I see my friends from like when I was on that track, going through college and meeting those people, and I see them graduating now, and I see them not getting jobs. And unless they have like a family connection or like someone they know knows somebody, because that's what matters, who you know, not what you know. And especially when it comes to getting jobs, I will sing that from the rooftops.
I think it's easier to get a job by getting an apprenticeship first than going to college, because that's what I did and it worked. And I know some people, like, they just can't do school. They're not meant to do school. I could barely do my homework. Like, I just did not. Like, I'd do all the classwork, whatever. It'd be fine if I didn't have any homework. That's what brings your grades down, and like all the tests and stuff. And I just get really nervous when I'm taking tests too. So I'm like, why'd I just forget everything I just learned about?
I wish they wouldn't keep, like, obviously I feel like it's changing a little bit for the better, but I still think they're pushing college way too hard. Like, for people, like, not
it's all about
college
money at
is,
this
exactly. College is not for everyone. And why are you going to go into thousands of dollars in debt for something you're not even going to use?
Well, plus apprenticeships, you get paid.
And you get paid to learn. You get paid to learn.
That's like my advice. You want to get into a job? Get an apprenticeship.
Find one that's going to pay you while you're training.
That's the stepping stones to having a really
good job, a good career. And that's
And you at least get to like test it out without spending a whole bunch of money.
Like,
maybe you don't like this.
Definitely.
But that's when I got my CDL, I was like, I don't think I want to drive a truck for a living. I don't think so. But they're very expensive to get. I was very blessed that my dad, he's a veteran, so I was able to get in a program where I was able to get my CDL for free. But if you spend like $9,000 to go into trucking school, because they require you, I don't know if it's how it is in the other states, but in California, they require you now that you have to go to a trucking school. You cannot just show up to the DMV and take the test, which is how it used to be, to my knowledge. And even that, they're starting to make it more expensive to go to school for that. So if you can find a company that's going to train you and pay for your CDL, if that's something you want to do, I would say do that over spending however much money on trucking school or any school. Like Wyotech, freaking, what's the other one that costs a lot of money?
The Western Welding Academy.
Western Welding Academy. Like, I know they got a bunch of other ones, like, throughout the United States.
That's, like, not filled.
Yeah.
That's not filled. You're just in a booth.
It's not, no.
You're welding, and it's, like, when you actually get out into the field and start welding,
it's a whole other...
It's not the same.
At
all. It's just taking your piece of metal, welding it in the booth. No. You're going to run into some problems.
So if you can find a job that's going to... If you show up... that's like the first thing. If you show up on time, which is something I need to work on. But if you show up on time and show
you're not early, you're late.
Show up on time and show that you want to work and you want to learn and you're showing that you're motivated. They will offer you, if you're in a good spot. If not, obviously you should change spots. They will offer you paid training. So. And other opportunities. You never know what's out there. Like, I will say, like, GPS. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but it's like ag equipment GPS. Like, tractors have GPS. They're basically self-driving now. They're trying to get it to where there is no operator. And, I know. I know. She's, like, scared. She's like,
Don't say that.
Just imagine seeing, like, a cabless tractor just going through the field.
No.
Literally.
What is
Did
that?
you see that at Farm Show? Did you go to Farm Show?
I did not go to Farm Shows.
They have, like, it's this upcoming week. In California, there's a farm show where everyone comes together and they look at all the new fancy equipment, trucks, tractors.
I'm going to Stuckfest. I'm not going to Tractor Show.
But anyways, there's GPS, and I didn't even know that existed until I learned about it through my job. And so I'm finally getting the opportunity to train more in that side too. So I'm learning the mechanical side and the GPS side, which is actually incredibly integrated. So like, I just would have never known that unless I started working somewhere that introduced that to me. So you literally never know what kind of opportunities are out there until you start working and figuring out and talking to people.
For sure.
Yeah.
So is there anything you guys feel like you're missing out on by not having a girl's typical job?
No. I like money.
Yeah.
I like to, like I said, I got a lot of projects at the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I work for, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just learn every day. I mean, obviously, heat and AC would be nice, but I just like what I do.
It's awesome.
I just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would argue that the female-dominated workplaces are actually more difficult to work in than the male-dominated spaces. I don't know, that might be like an unpopular opinion, but like my mom was an RN. She's for like almost 16 years. She still is. Mm-hmm. But she got out of the ICU a couple years ago, and they worked that woman like it is. I know the healthcare, like they pushed healthcare a lot on women, which is kind of like, it's like pink collar. It's like a trade, but for women. I feel like even like nurse, I would consider that a trade.
Yeah.
I do respect them.
Yeah,
To be honest,
the hate on social media is like crazy. Like I don't know if you've seen the videos of like the girls being, like, hating on the nurses. I'm like, no, dude, that job is like you don't understand.
When you get her on that job, they're gonna be fixing your ass.
Yeah.
So.
When you lose your finger, you're like, who's gonna be sewing it back on? Exactly. Yeah. Like nurses and like all the women in healthcare are arguably like they're tough ass women.
For sure.
And like so I think my job is way easier than being a nurse, in my opinion. And any of the other stuff that they push us women to do, like being a teacher. Oh my Lord. Rough. And like, I just, you know what I mean? This is way easier. Why am I gonna live life on hard mode? You know what I mean? I could have picked an easier trade. I know everyone hates on mechanics because like, there's a lot of downsides to it, obviously, but,
it's just a pain in the ass. That's it.
Yeah.
And I respect people that do mechanics. Like my boyfriend's a heavy equipment mechanic too.
Yeah.
And, it's not fun.
it takes a special kind of,
like when we service equipment, like in the shop too, because in the winter we don't get much work because we can't pour concrete because it's raining, or we can't build buildings or put sheets on the buildings because you'll just fly away. It's bad. So we just, we work in the shop in the winters, but sometimes we get like days off, which you don't make money, but. We do mechanics and fabrication, welding in the winter usually.
Yeah.
I feel like that leads into like a good piece of advice is that you should have at least like 2 to 3 other solid skills where you could get a job if for some reason like you're in construction, it's slow. Make sure that you have something that's going to help support you and put food on the table, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for me, that's why it was important to get my CDL. If for some reason tomorrow I don't have a job, I can go get a job as a trucker. Right? Or as a waitress or whatever, right? So I have that skill set, and that's one thing I preach to other girls is like, be diversified in your skill set. Be diversified in your skill set, because the more diversified you are in your skill set, the more value you become and the more options you have.
For sure.
So,
Well, and I feel like any trade you work in, you're going to learn a little bit of
everything.
Trades,
Definitely, because we, like in construction, you do it all.
Yeah.
You're going from servicing equipment to building buildings, doing concrete, welding, fabricating, like... Not everything has not all part stores have your part.
Yeah.
And you gotta do something just to get it running, because if you don't have your stuff running right, you can't work.
Sure.
Yeah. My boyfriend's a welder, and he runs into that all the time where he's doing stuff outside of his job description. So, working on the scissor lifts and all that and fabricating things because for some reason the plans weren't a certain way. It's like, you know, you learn so much
Yeah.
every day. So
sure.
it makes you a more valuable worker. Men or woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the same. Whatever you just said.
So do you guys have any, I mean, on like the Facebook groups and stuff, I see women asking about skincare tips and their hair gets all caught up in their hard hat, and I mean, you'll have any tips for any of that stuff?
She's got really good advice about that.
So my hair was like very damaged because I'd always throw it up like when I weld, I just like in a bun, like whatever, my welding cap. It wasn't working. Braids work. Just take the welding cap. It still looks like shit underneath, but like, you know, it keeps your hair definitely healthier.
Yeah.
In my hard hat, that's kind of a pain in the ass one because my braids, like, I don't know, sometimes they'll like stick too hard, so you gotta like low braid it.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes I do messy buns.
What about
It's
makeup
not
and
good.
stuff?
Makeup, I don't wear makeup. I just use the You Cool Me lashes. This is like the one time I'm wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but those
I don't worry about
lashes,
them,
like
but
they're
lashes.
the lash clusters, but they last like a week. The way she
it lasts
does
me
them.
like a week and a half with like dirt, sweat,
Yeah.
anything, and they're like waterproof. Sorry, I
nice.
forgot the word. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're waterproof. I really like them because I don't look as much like a little boy when I wear it.
Yeah. I think it's important to feel like you're still a woman, even though you are doing a man's job. Technically, is what they say.
Right.
For dry skin, I'm not even gonna lie, Aveeno baby lotion. That works the best. It works wonders.
Yeah, she bought. Didn't you buy some? Or that
And it
one
was
you bought?
cleanser.
And it ended up being cleanser because it's in
I
the
didn't
same
read the
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Just grabbed it,
lashes for the gals who just want to one and done and still feel like a girl at the end of the day. I feel like that's a good.
It took me like 5 minutes to put on.
Dang.
Well, she's gotten really good at them, but
With trial and error.
trial and error. But
They were not good at first.
yeah. So she's trying to teach me how to do mine, but I'll probably just wear them like for like certain events and stuff. But
For my hair products, I used Matrix.
Nice.
That really like helped heal my hair because it broke so much because I was just had it in so many different like.
Yeah.
And the concrete dust and all that too. I bet
Eats up your hands too, don't it?
eats up her.
My hands are terribly
Yeah.
like. Everybody's like, you got old granny hands. I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Just
another
work.
thing. At least on my trade, I would say wear your gloves. Wear your freaking gloves because you're dealing with a lot of chemicals, a lot of stuff you don't know, like especially with the farm equipment, pesticides,
For sure.
stuff they spray it with, like sprayers, stuff like that. Like it will eat away at your skin. Break clean. I know some guys just spray that stuff on their hands directly, and it makes me cringe so bad when I see it because I just know it is not good for your skin. So
I've been a victim of that. I used to do that.
So
Well, I still do that.
don't do that.
It's like just.
You know, if you care about your skin, I would wear gloves or protect it, keep it covered as much as possible because you just deal with so many chemicals and
being outside.
it's rough on your skin for sure.
Yeah.
Wear your sunscreen.
I need to get sunscreen.
Yeah, wear your sunscreen. Wear your hat. You know. This is stupid. Safety glasses. Wear your safety glasses. But it's stupid, but it's not stupid. Like I've had stuff fly.
I've gotten metal in my eye before.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun getting a piece of wire wheel right there. So
Not
just
fun.
just wear them. Just wear them. I know they probably won't force you to wear them.
I'm really
depending on where
bad
you're
at
at,
that,
but you should wear them. Yeah, I know that kind of got off topic, but
No, you're
that's
good.
like good.
It's
That's
fine.
yeah.
Well, so while we're on that topic, do you guys have trouble finding things that fit as far as safety gear?
Yes, cause you know the reflection vest.
Yeah.
Right? They're all on
They
like,
look like
large,
dresses.
extra large.
Extra large, XX, extra large.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there like, this is not gonna work. So my lovely boss went and he bought me like this pink vest, and it's like an extra small. Like it's, I actually don't know what brand it is.
Yeah.
But he just ordered it for me, and then what works really good for jeans is Ariat jeans.
Nice.
Those are my go-to. I've tried Sevens. I've tried Cons. I can rip the pockets right off of the Sevens.
Yeah, she's tried all
Like,
of them. All the expensive like jeans she's tried.
They look cute,
Right.
but they're just not like
They're not
durable.
Durable.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
They rip.
For my boots, I bought my boots at Red Wing, and they're Irish Setters.
Awesome.
The best boots I've ever had. Like my feet are so comfortable, and I got.
If your job requires steel toe, I'd probably recommend that.
Yeah, I wear steel toes, but these are. I've had these for like over 2 years, and they are
holding up pretty good.
They are holding up great.
Everyone I've ever heard talk about Red Wing just loves them. My dad has some. I mean, like, everyone loves them.
They're great, and usually my boots are like destroyed.
Yeah.
By like within a year.
Within a year is normally
And I will never switch back from anything else because they're so comfy too. They don't hurt my feet.
Today I forgot to put my boots on.
Yeah, good.
I have not tried those ones. But I know she wears those like all the time. But I my job does not require steel toe, so I don't wear steel toes. But I wear the Brunt Marin style boot.
I have those too.
Yeah, and I personally really like those. They feel like sneakers to me, so like even more comfortable than a sneaker, and that's just perfect for someone who's on their feet all the time.
Yeah.
So, but I do know that they make a steel toe version, but I cannot speak to the comfortability of that one. So I will just say if you don't need steel toe, I'd probably go with Brunt. They're lightweight too. They're really nice. The traction on them's good too. So you're working on like areas with lots of oil and slippery stuff, like, you know.
Yeah, these got some grip on them too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
dang.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They weren't that expensive either.
Yeah.
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 They're actually pretty
Prepare
cheap.
to spend at least $100.
Yeah.
If you're
these were $150.
prepared to spend at least that.
They've lasted me 2 years, so it's like
Worth it.
yeah.
Plus, work boots is pretty much all I ever wear. Like, I have a nice pair for if I'm going somewhere.
Me
Yeah,
too.
if you're
Decent.
going, you know.
I do. I got my nice pair of boots, my wrecked ones, even though they're not so wrecked, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I wear Vans all the time too. Like when I'm just in the shop,
Right.
like I'll just wear my regular shoes, but I'm going to work. You will not catch me in a pair of Vans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be rough on the job site.
Yeah, that would be rough, huh?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't last a day.
Dropping the sledge on my toe.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
You wouldn't catch me. Toes hurt the worst. Smashing your toe.
For sure.
Toes, hands, fingernails, just any the nerve endings is just
Yeah.
just walk any another thing safety wise I guess is don't put your hands anywhere you don't want them to get smashed or caught between. That's just something I've learned
You're
along
probably
the
just
way.
gonna lose a few fingernails. It's not a big deal.
I mean just
Nothing big.
just be thoughtful about where you're putting your body parts.
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of that. But,
Yeah.
it's not really terrible. Sometimes, every once in a while, I'll slip up and be like,
Yeah.
You
catch a
I
finger.
can totally see you being like that guy in Landman when his finger gets cut off and he just finishes cutting it off and then they just freaking send him on his way with the bandage.
Yeah.
every time I get cut, it's always super glue.
Yeah.
Every time I get cut,
glue.
super glue.
Mine's electrical tape.
I've used electrical tape too.
Band-aids don't stay on.
They don't
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah, I'll usually put a Band-Aid and then electrical tape over it.
Why can't they make a Band-Aid that stays?
Yeah, that's...
I tried that liquid Band-Aid stuff. That worked pretty good, but super glue it just... Because sometimes I get really bad cuts and I'm just
I'm pretty sure they have super glue in our medical cabinet. Now that I think
Oh,
about
really?
it, yeah.
Yeah, They had super glue and at the shop I was working at.
Yeah.
And my boss smashed his finger really bad, and there it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep, there's definitely lots of almosts or happened.
Yeah.
I think it was at the shop.
Yeah.
Maybe it was super glue. I don't know. It was one of the places.
Yeah.
I saw it in the cabinet.
Yeah. Just don't be afraid to ask for better like PPE.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fit you properly, say something.
Because it's not going to work.
Because it's not going to work if it doesn't fit.
Right.
Like my coveralls, when I first ordered them, I didn't realize how big they ran. I mean, obviously they're men's sizes, but based off of the measurements, I did order like a larger size. And when they came, it was just, I was like I looked like a balloon, like, you know. So I ended up getting like the smallest size and everything, and they ended up fitting perfectly. So, I mean, just get stuff that fits you.
Coveralls are really good.
It's stuff that
overalls.
fits
I got the
you.
insulated ones. So
Me
it's
too.
like, yes.
Yeah. Because if it doesn't, like, literally, if it doesn't fit you, like, it becomes a hazard.
Yeah.
Because it will get caught on stuff. You'll, like, it's just horrible to work in. So just
I'm tiny, so it's like
hard to find stuff that fits.
harder to find
Tiny
Yeah.
people have a
Yeah.
hard time. It's like, I know there's tiny guys, though, so how come it fits the tiny guys, but it doesn't fit me? So I just gotta ask them what they
Some
get.
of our guys are like almost as tall as me. Like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
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 Not fair.
yeah.
Yeah. So don't let being small discourage you.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just do it. Make sure you're doing it while you're safe. Yeah. Be safe is my biggest thing. I've just seen too many accidents.
I would say that's pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get hurt on the job.
Even not even at the job, just like at school. Like I've seen stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, just don't get under like a crane when it's moving something heavy. Like when there's an engine attached to it, I wouldn't put my foot under there.
Most of it's like common sense. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised the amount
You'd
of
be
guys that
surprised.
don't have that.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite tool?
Like in the trade specifically?
Just
or-
anything that you always find yourself using or needing.
My truck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I love it.
Yeah.
I have vehicles. I just have a weird attachment to just have a C10. That
She
thing
just
is
bought
like
a 7.3. She's been talking
Yeah.
about the 7.3 for.
I'm on a 7.3 for the work rig because my C10 ain't pulling shit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Got
always
two solid
working on
trucks
something.
now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, that's my tool.
Yeah.
What's your tool?
I would say the Snap-on pocket screwdriver. If you have a Snap-on guy that comes to your shop, typically they're free. I know my guy gives them out for free. I don't know if everyone does that, but if you can get like a couple of those, they are the perfect mini pry bar. They are the perfect mini little scraper tool device. They're perfect for itching your ear. They have a little magnet on them, so if you drop something like a little bolt, but it's like in a really tiny spot, you can just reach down in there and grab it and pick it up with the magnet on the magnet end. And they got like a little, it's like a pin, so it has this part, so you just stick it in your pocket, your little pocket. So they're
That's cool.
super freaking convenient.
Plus, they're free, so.
Yeah, and they're free.
free.
And they're free. I don't know if everyone gets it free, but they're
We
free.
love free things.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, yeah, and the Snap-on ones are very durable. They're very durable. I've put mine through hell and back, so, and I still have them.
It's nice.
So I feel like you guys have already given a lot of advice for people to get into your trade. You have anything else really to say on that question? Or you want to just skip it?
Like, just, you already said, like, just do it.
You just gotta get
if
an
you're-
apprenticeship.
If you're,
Right.
That's the fastest way to
Yeah.
get into a trade.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get
sure.
into a trade.
yeah,
Instead of
give
going
up.
through school. I mean, school's good for some certain
If
things,
you
but
have to have it, yeah.
yeah. But if you could get a apprenticeship, that's the fastest
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah, the only reason why I went to school like was because it was incredibly affordable. My community college was incredibly affordable. It was under $1,000 a semester, which is incredibly affordable compared to any other trades program schools.
Yeah.
Plus, California has a program where if your first 2 years are free. So I only qualified for 1 year free, but I was able to get that first year free, and then my second year, I just paid out of pocket for it, and it was fine. I mean, I got that, and then also the other reason why I went to school was because I didn't have any background. Yeah. So and as a woman, I know I'm gonna get questioned on like, what's your background? You know, what experience do you have? So now I have the school experience to prove on the stupid paper that I know what I'm talking about, and now I got my experience that backs that up as well. So
I ain't got a paper, but I got some experience. So
yeah. I mean, experience is worth its weight in gold, and in my opinion, it's worth more than a damn piece of paper saying that.
Yeah. Plus, like you said earlier, you learn more in the field than you ever would in a classroom.
Ever. Like, the school just gives you, like, the bare bones knowledge, at least in, like, the mechanic side of things. I don't know what it's like for the other programs there, but basic engine knowledge, basic transmission powertrains, basic electrical, basic fuel systems, basic welding skills, for basic fabrication skills. Just the bare bone basics. Here's what you need to know. Send you off to they help you get a job too at our program. They help you line you up with talking to a recruiter, talking to people in the industry, and it is super helpful to get connected and figure out where you want to go. And I would also recommend doing that if you're not exactly where you want to go in your trade specifically. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then everything, I tell you this all the time, everything is figure-outable. Everything is figure-outable.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah, that's how I think too. It's like, there's nothing I could do about it. I'm not going to stress about it because I already have it.
Yeah.
Already broke it.
You already broke it. You already made the mistake. You just have to.
You gotta just move forward.
You just gotta move forward. And if you need to take a break, don't work on anything frustrated or angry. If you have to walk away, just walk away for a second. Take like a 5-minute break, drink some water, and then come back to it. And you will be surprised how quickly you'll figure something out.
I agree with that. I'm gonna add hungry though. When I'm hungry,
hungry. Yeah, take your lunch break, because sometimes you just want to work, get it done. I know I'm that way. Sometimes I forget to eat. But sometimes you just gotta like take a break, eat something, drink some water, and then you will go back and be even more productive than you were whatever you were doing before. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be my advice for any women.
Joey's like, you're a freaking pack rat. You have like snacks all in your pockets. Just hears me over here rustling, and I'm like, I need them.
Yeah, I need them. I love snacks, and the guys at the shop know that. I need my snacks. I need something to be eating like throughout the day. Like
I love food.
Same.
Yeah, I love food too. I love my gas station.
Love the gas station rebels.
Yeah.
They have saved me.
Yeah.
They're not good for you, but
oh, no.
Yeah. I've been trying to switch to coffee. Yeah. For this trip, I made an exception, but I've been trying to switch to coffee like at the shop.
Did I instigate that?
No.
I'm sorry.
No. I needed something.
I'm getting some Red Bulls.
Coffee is like not as strong, I feel like sometimes, but I've been trying to switch to that, and it's really nice in the cold weather to have a hot cup of coffee in the morning. Is so nice to have that. Sure. So I just bring a reusable cup in and fill it. Yeah, and I don't gotta spend money at the gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys work out, or are you pretty much like just build muscle on the job?
I do not
flexing in the mirror earlier.
And we're like, we do not. I don't work out, but the job site works you enough.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially swinging that sledge.
Yeah. I always see like videos of like girls and stuff like after I go to my Pilates class, or like I'll do this and that, and it's like, how do you have the energy after your job to do that? Like if you do what we do, I don't know
It's
if
a
you would
lot.
have a lot of energy. I'm not saying all days are super hard, at least for me. Can't speak for construction, but not all days for me are super hard. Some days are like super easy where I'm just sitting on the computer trying to diagnose a tractor and I'm just in the cab like going through like software and all that. Like some days are easy like that. Some days I'm in the field, it's 110 or not in the field, but in the shop it's 110 degrees and I'm doing something, or I'm out in the field and it's pouring rain, and you know, there some days are hard, some days are easy, but like just, you know, I would say I should work out, and I feel like you should work out if you're in the trades, because if you build muscle, like if you lift weights, it will prevent you from getting injured.
True.
It will, if you strengthen your core, you strengthen like your support muscles, it will reduce your chance of getting injured 100%. So.
Yeah. Well, some days, like you were saying, not all days are like super, super hard labor in construction. Like one day I'll be in a tractor, and then the next day I'll be laying rebar.
Yeah.
Like it just
varies.
balances it out.
It varies.
Balances it out. But ever since I've been working in construction, I do feel a little bit stronger. But
Like we're slower in the winter, and I can tell in my body that I'm not.
Yeah.
I lose it.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree with that
Yeah,
too.
I gained weight like when we were slow. Like when we were slow, not doing anything, and I was just sitting down a lot. Like it was, you definitely like see a difference in like your muscles and stuff versus.
Go back to moving the
'cause
barrels,
like-
and I'm like, oh gosh.
Yes. When you're like picking up heavy stuff all the time, obviously you're gonna get stronger. So
yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, she can put one concrete bag here and the other one right here. I've seen her.
No.
I've seen her do it.
Those are heavy.
Not for sure.
No.
I told her I think
I
I
have
would
a
just
bad
fold in
back,
half.
so it's like-
I would fold in half if I had like two
Yeah.
bags like that. Like I don't. Concrete bags are heavy.
Oh, that's why we
They're
call it
heavy.
truck.
Yeah.
The concrete
Yeah.
truck.
She's like, luckily we don't have to do that anymore, because when we did have to do that, I was dying and I would make like 7 trips with the bags.
Well,
and then,
with my dad, that's all he'd use is the concrete bags.
Yeah.
And we'd be haul it. No, I'm never doing that again. That was terrible.
yeah.
When it's kind of hard to also get used to thinking about like the easiest way to do things, because one day I was carrying something and Joey was like, "There's a skid steer right there." Like, just
yeah.
I love the skid steer.
Me too.
They're so fun.
The dolly's my best friend. The forklift's my best friend. The crane is my best friend. Anything that will lift heavy ass stuff for me where I don't gotta do it, I will do it. Even if it takes me longer to do it that way, I will do it because it is worth saving your back.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
My back's already messed
Yeah.
up, so
yeah, that's definitely a downside of being in the trades, is like you can
It's-
easily mess up your body
Yeah.
easily if you're not being careful and if you're being impatient.
it sucks. But
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff. I need the money.
Yeah. I feel like it's really important to be like transparent, that it's not all butterflies and rainbows. Like
Yeah, definitely not.
like there's definitely like good things, and I do love my trade and I wouldn't switch it for the world, and I love what I'm doing and I wouldn't change it for the world, but I think it is important to be transparent to the women that are coming in and tell them, hey, this is the reality of things. Hey, people are going to constantly talk down on you and tell you that like you can't do this, but then there's going to be the guys that are cheering you on and supporting you. There's going to be people that like aren't going to help you, and then there's going to be people that are going to help you. There's going to be some days where you're working really hard, there's going to be some days where you're not working so hard. It's just like really important to be transparent, because I feel like social media shows a certain side of, I will say social media in particular will show a certain side of, you know, the blue collar industry, and it doesn't really show the other. So
I agree with that.
And some days you'll have work, some days you won't.
Yeah.
And that's just with certain companies and
Like-
who you decide to work for.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of like women like on TikTok like talk about how their job in safety, or like all they're doing is zip ties, and it's like, depending on what you do, that could be your reality, or it could not be. You know, a lot of them saying, "Oh, I don't really do anything. I just sit around a lot, and I make good money." It's like, well, that's awesome, but don't go in there expecting that you're just gonna be sitting around.
For sure.
You're gonna show up and you're gonna work.
Can't really go into this being lazy.
Yeah, you can't.
you
And
can't.
I see that a lot, like saying like, oh, well, it's easy money. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not easy money.
For sure.
That's why you make so much.
Yeah.
Because it's hard work.
Yeah, that's why you get paid the way you get paid is because you're busting your butt. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd like to shout out my friend Zachary Smallwood for driving us to the airport.
Oh, nice.
It's very, very nice of him.
awesome.
He had nothing going on there, so
He's unemployed.
he's getting his CDL. He's gonna be a truck driver.
Sweet.
Yeah, he literally just graduated from school.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Yes.
it was really nice that he drove us here because it's not about to take my rig to the
Yeah.
airport. Someone would break in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the taco in Tacoma.
The Tacoma.
Not happening.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shout out to Zach.
Zach.
Shout out to Purpose Built in Modesto, California.
They actually have a women's
They
section
do
for
have a women's
workwear.
section, and the
That's
fact
cool.
that it exists is
Amazing.
That's awesome.
even my local Tractor Supply. It's a miserable. It's miserable.
But I love
Yeah.
Tractor Supply.
I love Tractor Supply, but like unless I'm getting the small mittens,
Yeah.
it's not.
They have nothing that fits me
No.
there, but well, except I actually got my coverall there. And my overalls.
You're yeah.
Yeah, the insulated
I got
ones.
some
Yeah.
stuff.
I got the Carhartts there, but it was the only small one there, so I was lucky that day.
Had it that day. But yeah. Shout out to Purpose Built. They had that's where we got these sweatshirts, and they had them in our size actually. So
That's
yeah.
cool. And they make safety gear?
Yes, they do. They do. They make safety gear. I believe I've seen some in there when I went. And what else?
You guys, and you do post on social media about what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we
obviously,
both
because that's
do.
how I found you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikToks and
We
stuff,
both.
but
It's hard because a lot of jobs won't let you film.
Yeah.
or pull your phone out.
Or pull your phone out. Like obviously this is the other thing that gets me. How are these girls filming themselves doing all this stuff? It's like, is your boss just okay with you pulling out the camera and just
Mine
some
is.
recording
bosses, some bosses are chill like that.
I mean, you're so lucky that you're just able to set up the camera and just do that. But me, on the other hand, I gotta actually do stuff. If I
Yeah.
post a video, this is the thing. I haven't seen any hate comments yet, but if I post a video, it's because I'm on my lunch break
Yeah.
and I'm just filming something. You know what I mean? Or I'm on a break, or I'm at, not doing something.
I've gotten some hate comments on
Yeah,
my TikTok
yeah,
about
get back to work. Oh,
Yeah.
you're not actually doing anything. It's
I posted this at the end of my work day. It's just
Yeah.
I whip out my phone real quick,
yeah.
take a video, put it back.
But and then I don't ever see any of those comments on the men working in the videos.
Right.
I don't ever see any of those. It's always good job, man. Oh, looks good, buddy. Oh, I usually do this instead of this.
You're
or
not
whatever.
working hard enough, or that isn't work.
Yeah, or she has someone in the background helping
You
her,
haven't
telling her to
done
do
some
everything.
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, or anyone could do that. You're not special. I've
Yeah.
seen that a lot, and that's messed up. All right, that's messed up. I worked hard to get where I'm at. Okay.
I don't give a shit what people say. Honestly, they can,
go
Yeah.
themselves. Honestly,
I
But-
agree. I've
I don't
definitely
care.
gotten some hate too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trash on anybody else because money is money, work is work.
Work is
Right.
work. We at the end of the day, we show up to work, we do the work, and we go home. That's it.
Everybody's got to do it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you're not doing that right, because
Yeah.
everybody does shit differently.
Differently, yeah.
You do it
everyone does
different.
shit differently.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I see a lot of those comments, and I'm just like,
How are you going to take time out of your day just
to
to
say something
you
mean
care
to
that
someone,
much.
Yeah.
they care
It's
a lot.
awful.
and I think a lot of it stems from the insecurity of men.
Absolutely.
It really does.
And it's way worse on social media than it is in real life.
Yeah.
They would never say
They would
that to
never
your
say
face.
that to your
Never.
face. Never.
I mean, let them try, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe the stuff that's been
yeah.
and the whole
Just
thing,
speed.
it feels like on social media, that blue collar is becoming a trend now.
Yeah.
And then they call me a trend follower, and I'm like, dude, I've been doing this since my
Your whole
sophomore
life.
year of high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I grew up in a blue collar family. It's not like I'm sitting
Yeah.
here yeah, blue collar. no, dude, we actually got some like, I actually just need to pay for, like, my rent and stuff. Like,
Literally. Like, my dad was he was a tree worker, like, cutting down trees, and my mom was, like, a nurse. Like, I considered those both trades. He obviously moved up into a different job, but, like, as a kid, I remember that's what dad and mom did. Mm-hmm. It's like, they were both working hard for what they had, so.
But even if blue collar is becoming a trend, like, let it. We need them.
Yeah.
we need
let
workers.
Let it. Yeah.
But for the people that are, like, do you know
Doing
what I'm saying?
like,
doing it for the attention. I can't really explain it, but doing it for the attention, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But if you're interested,
we
need people.
Exactly.
We do.
That kind of like goes into the point I made earlier. Like, just they gotta show, or I just don't want women to get the wrong idea about what it's actually like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to go into it thinking it's gonna be easy and that they're gonna have everything handed to them, because I've seen a lot of videos saying that, like, oh, it's so easy, I make so much money, like, all I do is sit in my truck, and it's like, no, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So just go in there. We gotta represent good. Like, you gotta, like, keep in mind that you are representing other women.
Yeah.
Your actions, your behaviors, representing your company and other women in the trades. Because a lot of times when these men interact with you, you are the only women that they have interacted with, and that sets the precedent in the tone for any of the other women that come in. Mm-hmm. So it's a big responsibility to
true.
like.
And I don't hate on men either, because it's like, we're all doing this together, and I see, like,
we're all a team. Like, we're all just trying to get the job done at the end of the day.
They're hating on men too, and they're like, well, I'm a woman, da da da. Yeah. We're all just trying to work here and make money.
We're all just trying to, like,
don't be discouraging.
We're all just trying to, like, eat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day and pay our rent.
California's expensive.
Yeah.
We need to
It is.
keep up on it. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll link all of y'all's social medias and that company in the description.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, I just wanted to give them a shout. They didn't ask me to shout out them, but I just figured I would, because
I just wanted to shout out Zach, because that was such an amazing
favor.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh yeah, and then we were thinking of potentially starting a YouTube channel. So
nice.
Potentially, we might.
Potentially.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. We're just
about like everything. Like, doing like. We can do, like, videos of us in the shop, because
like projects and stuff, like things we got going on, and
all of our
dirt
we
bikes.
got some redneck activities at my house. So yeah, we work on bikes. We have so many cars there. It's just we got activities for like days.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Sure. And making a YouTube video.
I think it would be fun too, like, to do that, and then also like doing like at the end of the week we could sit down and just talk about just like
our weeks
and
y'all
like
would be good at it, because you just like back and forth, you talk, like, you conversate well.
Thank you yeah, like, literally this is I literally will call her at the end of the day and just be like, you won't believe what just happened. And she gets it. But
I'll send her a video and there's like shit broken and and I'm
like I just
isn't this just great?
just and it's just that's why I'm just so happy that I like found another girl like in real life. Like, I'm a part of the one of the biggest Facebook pages. I think it's called like Women in the Trades, like support group or something like that. Support group.
I'm only on Marketplace or Facebook for Marketplace. I don't go on nothing else, so I don't really see that stuff.
But anyways, I'll see like girls on there talking, and they're just so mean to each other.
They are very mean.
They're so vicious
deleted
sometimes.
myself from that group for a while, and then I got back in it, but
I'm
it's
just like,
really,
it is discouraging. I told you about it. I said like some of these girls are like. It's like they're just being like bratty, and I'm like, oh my lord!
It's like y'all both work in a trade.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
I hate drama, so it's just like
I remember the big thing was like when they were letting men in the group, and that's like when that's when I kind of checked out of the group, because I was like, because people were like fighting about that in the comment section, like this is supposed to be just women, and then it started getting into like. Another, like this is just for real women, like and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna check out, guys.
So all the women are like, I'm better than you because I do this trade and this trade and this trade.
It's not really like that. It's more like
No, y'all just have
yeah.
different skill sets. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
because they're still doing work.
yeah. It's more like they're just like mad that certain people are in there and
Opinions
everywhere.
and,
Yeah, and like even workwear. They'd be beefing in the freaking workwear recommendations comments. Like, I'm not. I'll have to show you later. Like, she knows. She's seen it. Like,
sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Are you serious right now? Grow up.
yeah.
Go back to work.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
All y'all get back to work.
Yeah, and then there'll be like the girl who just joined. Hey guys, I just joined the group. And she's all positive and stuff, and there's like they're like midway like in like a war.
Everybody's
in the comments
beefy.
like, it's just, and this is what I do for a living, and I just started. So if you have any recommendations, let me know.
I had to delete some of my TikToks because there was like people beefing
In the comments section.
and I'm like,
Dang.
I'm not answering all these.
Yeah.
It's just so, and people are
People-
ruthless. They're like,
People love to argue.
yeah, they love to argue. They're like,
For sure.
you're only running this, you're not doing that right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I just work here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to help inspire other
Yeah.
people.
I would love
that.
to
Because we need
also-
people in the trades.
Yeah,
It's
we
important.
we definitely need that. But I would love to also like do like I'm not sure if I haven't really last time I looked on YouTube for like basic car maintenance tutorials, they're like from 20 years ago. Like you know what I
I just
mean?
made one like 2 months ago.
Oh, good,
Nice.
awesome! I'll have to watch it. But I was thinking that maybe we could do like a dirt bike maintenance video or
That'd be
something.
cool.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a girl and you're buying your first dirt bike and you don't have a boyfriend or dad to teach you.
We got
We
you.
got it. This
I
is
love
how.
that.
This is
Yeah.
this is how to ride a dirt bike. This is how to check your oil in your car or whatever. And this is how to change a
Just like
tire.
the basics.
The basic
Yeah.
stuff.
It's really important to like know that because I've been stuck on the side of the road smacking
So
the
many
shit out of my
times.
starter with a hammer. Like just to start my C10. Like it was like my starter was going out. Whatever.
Your
My window-
windshield wiper,
oh.
whatever too.
My windshield wiper flew off one time while I was driving, but it like landed like I could grab it. I rolled down my C10 window with a drill. It's not fully built yet. It's a work in
That's how it's
progress.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I roll it down with the drill. I'm in the Starbucks drive-through, and I'm like wiping my own windshield. It's okay. That was actually when I was embarrassed because I was going to school, and I'm like, dude,
Came to
this
school
is not good.
Soaking wet,
I'm
right?
drenched.
Yikes.
The inside of my truck is just like when my friend Madison's like laughing in the background, like, no way this is happening right
Yeah,
now.
I feel like all girls can relate to having car troubles or just like troubles in general and just being like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
But thank God I learned the stuff I learned because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to get myself out of
Yeah.
the road
Yeah.
for, you know.
You just you gotta learn how to do stuff yourself, especially with your car, so you're not reliant on anybody.
Absolutely.
So I think it would be good to have some.
And you
some
don't get to
videos
pay
like
for
that.
labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
tow truck. Or
Yeah. Tow trucks are expensive.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
haven't had to take my new truck to the mechanic yet, but if I ever do, like to the automotive mechanic people, hopefully I'll be able to fix it myself. But if for some reason I don't have time or whatever, I'll probably just take it to the shop. Like
Or just
I'll
come
be
to
able
my
to.
house.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, exactly. But if I need their stupid little reader that they pay $500 for the subscription for, obviously I'm gonna go have them read the codes for me or whatever, and I'm gonna know what to look for and if they're overcharging me. Like I'll have my cousins literally call me and ask me like, "Hey, I got this bill for my car. Can you look it over?" And I'll literally go over it with them and be like, "Hey, like you probably don't need to be charged $500 for an air filter."
Gosh.
Like, I mean, obviously
$500
not- Okay, no,
is-
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I'm exaggerating,
Yeah.
but like I'm,
Hella overpriced for something
overpricing
so
stuff.
small.
Like, and
sure.
it's because people don't
just
know.
blow it out with the air hose.
Yeah.
You're good.
It's literally not just women too. It's like men. Like they don't even know. A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't know anymore. So I feel like that
Yeah, but
knowledge is being lost.
Everybody's got their different levels. You know, like we all
Yeah.
started somewhere.
Yeah, we all started somewhere. No
So,
one,
like,
no one
be
was
kind,
born
bro.
knowing
Like-
everything. No one was born knowing everything.
Yeah.
True.
I was definitely lucky for the guys that showed me how to do stuff, because
Yeah.
there was other guys that were like,
Yeah.
like they just ruined my day.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, F you, like I'm not doing this.
Have you on the one guy, the one rude guy that ruins your whole day just
Yeah.
because he said something?
It's like, bro, I'm trying to learn.
Mhm.
Let me
Yeah,
learn.
let me learn. Let
Teach me
like,
if you don't like the way I'm doing it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
and they won't. They won't.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, if there was a new guy that come in, would they treat him the same way as
Same
they
way.
just treated you?
The answer is no.
No, the answer is
The
no.
answer is no, because that happened to me.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah.
So.
Which really sucks, but whatever. I'm just living life. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
just be successful. I don't really need like much.
Yeah.
But except for my
Except for
all my stuff.
except for the trucks and the shop and everything else. Literally. Yeah. Like, yeah. It's nice having the man job. I hate saying that, but the man work and the man money, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't know what else to refer to it as, because, I mean, I guess blue collar,
Yeah.
being in the trades,
Mm-hmm.
but, I mean, it is known for being male dominated, so,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Me and my boyfriend, we work for the same company.
Yeah.
So it's like we're at work together. It's like
Nice.
you know, and he teaches me a lot.
That's good.
Like, cause he's been with the company since he was like 16 or something.
He talks to her. The way he talks to her is very like, you know, like
He knows how I think.
yeah. He
So it's really easy to understand
That and
him.
like,
Right.
I mean, he's not being like talking down to you if he teaches you something.
No,
Which
he's
is what a
actually-
lot of guys do. I notice is it's like, oh well, it's like they like
Mansplain.
try to
Yeah,
man. That's the
yeah,
word. That's the
mansplaining.
word. I hate that. That's I hate it when guys.
It's like,
do
dude,
that.
I'm doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
just
like
need to
it.
Like, I know what a wrench is. You don't have to explain
Yeah,
that.
exactly. You can.
I can do this by myself.
Mhm. I just sometimes wish they would explain it to me as if I was another man.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, well, they treat me like a man, so.
Yeah.
But it's like
A little
It's
man.
like not what they treat me like a man. They just treat me like an employee.
Yeah.
Like I'm an employee. I'm no different from anybody else, and that's what I really like, because I know in some workspaces it's not how it is,
Yeah,
and I'm
for
just
sure.
lucky enough to have that.
That's awesome.
And I learn better when people are nice to me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
everyone learns better when you're not being like talked down to and
Yeah.
like whatnot. And I just see sometimes like the girls post on that Facebook group like what they're going through at their job, and I'm like, oh, maybe my spot's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they'll be talking about how they're like foreman like essay them or something like that, and I'm like, huh?
I cannot believe in 2025 that shit is
That
still
that
happening.
still
Yeah,
happens.
like, are you
It
serious?
blows my mind.
I'm like, what? Like, I love, like, all the guys I work with, I consider, like, to be my brothers. Seriously. Like, and they might be, like, clown on me later for saying that. But, like, I seriously mean that. Like, we're in it together.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like, having a good place that you can trust
Yeah.
everybody and that you feel at
A
home.
good place is worth
It's a
its
big
weight
deal.
in gold, for sure. A good
Yeah, it's
place
been the
where
best
you
job
feel like
I've
you're
ever had.
supported and that they're going to help you when you need help. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good spot. That's how you know you're in a good spot, is if you feel comfortable to
Asking
ask
for
for
help.
help.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it was. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys like paid the money and took the time
Yeah.
to come all the way out here.
You're good. I needed a vacation. This was
Yeah.
just an excuse
Yes.
too. I also saw some of your videos. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go do this.
Yeah. Like, I know, like, it's still small starting out for you,
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
wanted to support you and
I appreciate
I like supporting
that.
small
like,
creators who are, like, trying to jumpstart. Like, I'm all for it,
Well,
obviously.
and this deal isn't really about like just the content creation, but about helping other girls. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
makes
Get
it
into
a
it.
little
It
bit
is so
different, you know?
important that we tell other women about this.
For sure.
because all the advice, it's like,
Yeah.
like women actually think about stuff. That's why it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, and if you don't have another woman with you, or like friend or something, or you know, it can be hard. So I feel like this is a good place for girls to come to and find advice and
Yeah.
find the little tricks or whatever. So
Boost of confidence to go
Boost
for
of
it.
Boosting the confidence
Confidence.
is like the biggest
Yeah.
part.
yeah,
Because what I was told is, you got to act like you have a big you know, or else you're just gonna get trashed on. And so I do.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know much,
Yeah.
the confidence has got me here.
Yeah.
For some reason. And I'm not
Yeah.
really confident in like
Yeah.
myself as it seems to be.
Yeah.
But I just do it so I can,
Yeah.
I don't know, it just helped me out.
Yeah.
Helps you a lot. Like literally, you
In
feel like
situations.
you could literally, you feel like you could do anything.
Yeah.
And when I first met her, I was like, we were talking about what we each other do, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cool," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cool," and it's like, oh man, like, and then all the guys talk crap about me or whatever, or like, you know, say you ain't shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're all that, but you're not, and it's like, well,
You got soft hands.
like having another like woman like who's in the same like kind of field and whatnot telling you that you're cool. I mean,
It feels way better than a
it
man
feels
telling you
way
you're
way
cool.
better than a man telling you like you're doing great.
Like,
Good job, bro.
Yeah. No, it's like definitely like boosted my like, oh really, like, well, I feel like I'm not good, you know what I mean, that I'm not good at my job, but you made me feel better. Thank you.
you're welcome. You made me feel better too. I'm like, oh dang.
Yeah, like, okay, like, and then sometimes you just need that extra confidence to just, you know, push through.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
For sure.
It's definitely helpful.
it's definitely,
You just gotta fake it till you
cathartic's a
make
good
it, I
word too.
guess.
Like it's definitely very cathartic. Like, I think that's the right word. Like, to be able to talk to someone.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
though,
Thank you.
for like setting this up.
And like doing what you do is like so important too. Like,
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Good.
like, I wish I had known that doing this was an option like after high school.
Yeah.
Really, I think it would have changed. It would have changed everything. It would have changed the classes I would have taken.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I probably wouldn't have taken any, or maybe I would have taken less AP classes and more shop classes.
Right.
Maybe I would have done different. So I just
I
really
never took an AP class, but I'm glad I didn't.
I was homeschooled, so.
Oh, nice.
But like with the young girls who are still in high school, still figuring it out, this is an option for you, and I just feel like you're doing a good job, like, you know, promoting it as an option.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
BlueCollarBaddies.
Yeah.
I don't like that name too.
Yeah, it's such a good.
At first, I was like,
Good
oh,
logo.
it's kind of cheesy, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah, no, it's such a good like logo, and I like the green too.
Thanks.
It's such a good like pop of
I love the
color.
name too.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Well,
good.
and it's a safety color, so it was
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so yeah.
I do wear my greens and oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. All the links and products we mentioned today will be listed in the description. If you're a woman in a blue-collar industry and you're interested in being the focus of the next episode, or you're a small business that would like to sponsor an episode, reach out to us in the link below.